everybody, it's Ginny, and today I will be doing a first impressions of the Razzle Dazzle Berry palette and the Strawberry blush from the new Tutti Frutti collection by Too Faced. This is the Razzle Dazzle Berry palette. It comes in gorgeous packaging, looks like high-end packaging. If we open it up, we can see that we have 3 shimmer shades in here. We have a matte eyeshadow that contains purple specks of glitter in it. We have 2 mattes, and we have a satin. I will be testing out all of these shades on the lid to see how they perform. Let's do a quick smell test for you. It smells like raspberry. It has a candy sort of scent to it, and it smells really good in my opinion. This is the Strawberry blush. It comes in similar packaging. If we open it up, we can see that it is a duo pan blush. Let's do a smell test. It smells like a candy strawberry, and I think I like this one a little bit more than the raspberry scented palette. Let's play with that palette and see how those shadows look. I'm gonna start by applying Dazzle from the crease to the brow bone. I'm using this just to create a base that I will then go in and blend the other colors into. With my diffused crease brush, I'm going into Pink Suede. I'm going to apply this all over the crease. So far, I'm liking the way these are performing. I'm going to deepen up that crease by using Boys in Berry with my smaller crease brush. I have to say that's not a bad purple. Usually purples will look a little bit patchy, but these appear to have applied very smoothly. Let's see how they blend out. Those are blending very, very well. Let's go into some of those shimmer shades. The first shimmer shade I'm going to go into is Buried Treasure. That's pretty with one application, but I'm gonna go over it again. So far I'm liking it, but let's add a lighter shade in there. I'm going in with Razzle to lighten up the inner portion of the lid and then blend that in with Buried Treasure. So I'm already seeing this shadow works better if you press it onto the lid as opposed to trying to swipe it on. I went into that shade quite a few times, but I do like the results. I'm going to deepen up the outer V with Bad to the Berry. As I sort of figured, the purple sparkle isn't noticeable at all. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup aside from the blush so I can come back and show you the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I'm going into the color That's My Jam. For the lower lash line, I'm actually needing to build this color up, so I'll have to test it in the future on the lid to see if it performs any better there. In terms of the lower lash line, all I can say is that color really isn't my jam. I'm going to sweep a little bit more of Razzle under the lower lash line and into the inner corner. I'm going to swirl Strobeberry together and apply that on my cheeks. I'm just gently building that up and brushing it along my cheeks. I love that color. I'm just going to add a little bit of highlighter on top of the blush, show you some swatches, and come back to give you my final thoughts. The first shade we have is Dazzle. This shade is pretty much the same shade as my skin. The next shade is Pink Suede. We have the shade Razzle. I'm patting this one on since it does not show up if you try to brush it on. This is the shade Buried Treasure. It looks patchy in this swatch, but when it applied on my eyes, it applied rather smoothly. Here we have the shade Boys in Berry. Here is the shade Bad to the Berry. Finally, we have the shade That's My Jam. I'm going to have to go back in that. I can't say I like that shade. That shade, as I said before, really is not my jam. I don't think that's anybody's jam. So those are the shades. Aside from this one, which is going to need some setting spray to work, the rest of them are rather pretty. I like this palette quite a bit, despite having to pat the shade Razzle onto my lid as opposed to sweeping it on there. The shade That's My Jam, I want to try that all over the lid to see whether or not I can get it to perform a little bit better. But as for the mattes, they all worked, they blended, the purple in here is really nice. And I highly recommend this palette if you're on the market for a new palette. There really isn't too much other than the two things that I mentioned that I found to be disappointing with this. In fact, I even like the scent. As for the blush, I loved the way it performed. I loved the color. There really isn't anything negative I can say about this blush. I do want to do a wear test. It's a little too late in the evening for me to do it today, but I will post some updates on Instagram to give you an idea as to the longevity of this blush. I really loved both products from the Tutti Frutti collection. I don't have anything negative to say about them. If you have tried these products, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, bye.